protect, for that reverse parking going in, or maybe have a bike lane. I know it's not in the current demonstration drawings, so I just was curious to see what your answers were for that.
Yeah, I think we have the, it's back there, okay. Mind if I borrow it for a second? I think the important thing is that the drawings show us that there's plenty of width to get by the angle parking. That road is so wide that that's not going to be the big issue. So we'll make sure that if medians go in, and they are recommended, that a fire apparatus has no difficulty getting past a car that pulls over to let the fire equipment get by. These aren't long medians. It's easy enough to go around them if necessary. But really, truly, we want every project that's a model project to create no new problems and yet provide the circulation that's needed and everything. So this will be a great project.
I have a question on the ADA compliance as far as we have some handicap parking in that area also.
Yes, typically, it's required. And so whether it's closer to one park, say near the intersection, or closer to school, that would be determined. Yeah. And by the way, where the angle parking ends, there would still be parallel parking. So there's all kinds of and variety of parking that would be near the school. Other comments, thoughts, things we don't want to overlook?
So these stripes where the parking stalls are going to be, if there are no markings, people will park in them head first, just because that's what they're going to do. How will there be any education of the community?
Okay, yes. One of the problems of trying a new type of parking, back in angle parking, is people at first are confused. The medians help, because there's only one way you can come in, and you have to back in, because of the angle. So that's part of the solution. But what Seattle does, and I think they're up to already over 400 blocks of back in angle parking, they maintain a small fleet of old cars, and they come in after they mark it, and they dump a couple of old cars in until other people figure it out. Oh, that's the way you park. It's a trick they learned, and everybody's got extra cars sitting around in their yards. Yeah. Yes, over here.
We have an opportunity because the new library is coming up, and then the Korean Methodist Church is coming up on the other side. Hopefully, we have a chance to try and develop the upper part where we have center and community. We want that piece of property to be very essential. Hopefully more pedestrians and cars. But how, and we need to travel how, maybe people who tell us how we're going to get in and out of the Korean Methodist Church park. Because the road that goes up to the community school, there's no in and out. Right now, you're going up the cul-de-sac and then over October, or a big thing. So how is the access going to be?
Yeah, do you have an answer? Yeah.
These, we work with the Aiea intermediate principal. We met many times. Mr. Kurashi, I met him several times. Well, we have two entrances on the entrance to the Aiea intermediate school. We have a main one, is about, I would say about 150 feet into the street and you turn in. Also, the busy time will be morning and afternoon. So we have another entrance by the park area that we have a little bridge there. So we're going to give them a grant. We're going to open up so that there is morning rush and afternoon pickup time. That you wait, the grandma and the parents can be able to read for them on the lower side. So they can just pick them up from there. So it's you would easing off the street quite a bit, and he really likes riding.
But has that gone through the transportation?
No, not yet, but I think in the process, DPP will review it, and then they'll ask us for comments. So we haven't seen it yet, though.
The thoughts, ideas, comments, questions?
I just want to point out a stroke of genius, which was one of the 3 demonstration projects to have a limited amount of money. It's only about $25,000 or $30,000 per demonstration. That means that it has to be low technology, done in the short term, lots of paint, and demonstrate that it works. The important point is that the demonstration projects here, Kailua, and Moiliuli are just a start. Actually, Department of Transportation Services and the other city departments are now looking at every project in terms of how it can be a complete streets, or at least a start to complete streets. So, While Aiea is another example. Repaving is to be done. How do you get bicycle lanes in on that very important tool? So it's an incremental process, but starting with the 3 demonstration projects, small scale, so they had to be done fast. It couldn't be a 5-year undertaking. It was, I think, a really good start. And congratulate you for not putting too much money in it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tom. Yes, I have over there.
I know you said that the time frame was going to be towards the end of the year. Do you mean towards the end of the 2013 December?
Correct. That's the goal. Small.
And so then, my question is because it's so busy in front of the high school, will you be doing this during a weekend or during a holiday time frame, or are you going to be doing that type of?
That certainly should be taken into consideration, and with that, Mark, do you have how the work normally gets performed when it's involved paint?
I'm getting the word right now. I think if anybody's gone through Waikiki recently, you saw that when you put a couple of new configurations to some intersections, major intersections on Kalakaua Avenue, we changed it from a regular crosswalk system to what's called barn stands. And we actually were able to do that. That involved a lot of paint and signal changes. So some of the things that we're talking about here, just one intersection. And we were able to make that change overnight, in one night, basically, for each intersection. So, of course, the guys have to work all night. But I'm not suggesting that we're going to do this overnight. But I think these can be very quick, and we'll find a time that works for you. A weekend, a 3-day period, maybe something like that, where there's not going to be any kids around. Get it done, crank it out, and see what happens.
I should also mention, right now the fire station is under renovation, so they're out somewhere else by the new library. So maybe we should try it before they move back in.
There you go. There you go. Any other questions, comments, ideas? Yeah, we do? Yeah? No, okay. Well, that being the case, I want to say a few closing words and then turn it over council members to add final notes. To me, this is a very important time in Honolulu's history. We're looking at the opportunity to go forward from here on out and always think about all of the uses of the street, all of the people, all of the time. And so these demonstration projects, as simple as they are a brand new beginning. And as the mayor has now made a commitment to resurface a lot of streets, you have an opportunity to do something that will not come again. So this is the time to stay active, really make sure your neighborhood is well heard, and that you work closely with your Department of Transportation Services staff, with the mayor, with the city council, with everyone. And I'll share with you the importance of bringing about this change through this process. America is short right now on financial capital. We may be short on financial capital for a long time, we don't know. But one other thing we're short on is social capital. It's the engagement of people who come and take part in their neighborhoods. The strength of the neighborhoods is how well people come and take part and join in. So I want to celebrate, first of all of you taking part tonight and getting the word out to others and knowing that you're providing that necessary capital to allow our funds to be spent in a very wise, very pragmatic way. So with that, my many thanks, many mahalos for all coming tonight. Thank you.
So I hope you all were inspired by this presentation last week and tonight. I know I am, and this is the beginning of a journey. So even though we're looking at Aiea primarily, this is going to be moved out to all the communities, which is why I'm really grateful that Pro City community leaders are here also. But please help me to thank Dan Vernon once more. And we are trying to get more money into the budget so we can move this process forward a little faster. But we really want to thank all of you for being here tonight. Keep involved in the process as we go along, because it has to be inclusive. All of you need to be part of this process. And of course, also, thank you to DTS, especially. We really appreciate your commitment to this process. So, Councilmember.
Just wanted to add that this is really a beginning of a very, very dynamic community building process. So if this takes hold, then TOD planning is going to be so much easier. So congratulations on everyone's hard work.
So again, thank you all for spending the evening with us. Please welcome